Yo, yo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's Monday. All right, that might work a little bit better. Been a really busy last few weeks. All right, I think we're good. Can you guys hear me? Put a 1 if you can hear me. And you can hear the music, because I think the music's going out. I see the chat is as lively as ever. What up? That chick, yo, D-Rob, Health Talk, Toronto Riggins. I see you in the building early this morning, man. Look, we all know. We all know that sometimes you go through some things in life, and sometimes it bothers you more than others. We all have a fair amount of pain that happens in our lives. And we get past it. But y'all know one pain that's hard to get past? Matter of fact, let me know. What's a pain that you think is hard to get past? Since we've been talking about healing from past hurts, we did it on Friday. Talk about these attachment styles, these relationships. What's the worst pain that you can think of that's hard to get past? It's unforgettable. Matter of fact, you can't forget it until you experience it again. Does anybody know what I'm talking about today? Does anybody know what I'm talking about today? Except you, B. You can't say nothing, B. You can't say a thing. Because your boy is experiencing some pain. Family pain, yeah. Someone that you love or thought they loved you hurt you. Oh yeah. That pain of betrayal, childbirth. Oh, I can't really relate to that one too much, but that's a very serious pain too. It could be very close people. Yep. The pain that I'm referring to today is different. It's not something that's, there we go with those again. I'm about to cut them off. It's not something that is inflicted on you by other people. It's sometimes those pains that are inflicted by yourself. Without your knowledge, without your approval. I know y'all thinking, what is he talking about? What kind of pain is it? Oh, I'm talking about some of the worst pain known to mankind. Some of the worst pain known to mankind. And what I'm talking about this morning, ladies and gentlemen, dental pain. Y'all, my mouth, my face is like all up in here. It's sad. Oh, and it hurts. It hurts. Oh man, yo, and you know what? I have a very high pain tolerance most of the time, but this has been happening since the week of Christmas. I've been to two separate dentists, and nobody can tell me what's wrong with my face. Nobody can tell you what's going on in my mouth right now. So I have another appointment scheduled for tomorrow. And I think I have a better idea right now of actually what's happening. I think I have a better idea of what's actually happening. Not 100% sure, but maybe we got a different direction to look in, because they done went in, they done took all kind of x-rays and everything, and my teeth look fine. My dental health looks good. But there's something happening, and I've taken more pain medication in the past week than I did all of last year. I promise you. I don't take I have a very high pain tolerance. I walk around, I'm a disabled veteran, for those who didn't know. And I have a very high pain tolerance. And most times, I don't take medication. I don't like taking medication. But there's something, I don't care about that back. I don't care about that, these ankles and knees and wrists and whatever else you may have heard. Nothing gets your attention better than a dental situation. When your mouth is hurting, it's like it affects your brain. You can't think properly. Pain will make you mean. I do have a witness in the house tonight. Pain will make you mean. Look, I'm working on it, man. They got to figure out something. I'm seeing a new dentist tomorrow morning, and I would have went this morning, but y'all got to work. In my line of work, I do live production sometimes, and you can't call out sick on a live production, at least not in short notice. So I got to tough this one out today. My sister brought me some stronger meds last night, and they worked great for about 45 minutes, and then it went away. I'm like, what happened? I ain't gonna even tell y'all what I had to do last night to go to sleep. It might be against some rule somewhere. But anyway, it made me think about pain, man, and what people do when pain is happening in their life. And so if you will allow me, I'm going to stop talking about myself now, and I'm going to talk about, today. We hear it. Who hurt you? We run across people and they're acting reckless or emotionally turbulent, distant. They can't self-regulate. They have no emotional control. And we ask them, they're bitter. Who hurt you? Why are you like this? And we've been going through these attachment styles, so we're starting to understand a little bit more now why people do the things that they do. And that process of healing is a hard one, and it happens over time. We wish it could happen faster, but it just doesn't happen that way. And the biggest offenders are our loved ones, because only people with access to you on a personal level can truly interrupt you that way. And it hurts even harder when it's people that you have given access to you. You thought you could trust them. You thought they were a person of integrity, a person of their word. But they went left. And now they are acting out and they are somebody else. So what do you do when that kind of pain happens? Ooh, I just caught something. Speaking of pain, I just caught I got a little fan going. That little wind caught me in the wrong space. But what do you do when you feeling like you're in that much pain? And that person is gone, the situation has changed, and everybody's gotten past it. But you're left picking up the pieces. Has anybody felt like that before? The situation is over. People have said, I'm sorry, and they have moved on acting like nothing has ever happened. But you still feel it. Let me get a one. If you've experienced that, or you know somebody who's experienced something like that, you still are reeling from what happened. The fallout is still happening every day in your life for weeks, months, sometimes even years. Because pain is a monster. And our brain's job is to keep us from feeling that kind of pain. Our brain's job is to keep us comfortable and safe, to keep us from experiencing those things. And so what end up happening is normally we harbor a lot of resentment, we harbor a lot of bitterness, and it begins to change us in ways. So this morning, for a little bit, 'cause like I said, I'm in my all black, so I got a production to get to. So we're probably not gonna go for an hour today, but we'll see how it goes. When you are still having the fallout happen in your life, and everybody else has moved on, it's very easy to hold on to the feelings, to not want to let go, not even know how to let go sometimes. And as many of you know, well, I found a study that talked about forgiveness. And I found it very interesting because I am someone that's really close to me is going through a really tough battle with illness. And one of the things I used to tell, why am I acting like y'all ain't my family? Anyway, my mom, my mom's been going through a cancer battle for the last probably 7 years. She first was diagnosed with cancer back in 1993. I think she went into remission maybe 2 years after that, maybe a little less than 2 years. So from 95 to 2017, she was cancer free. Then in 2017, the cancer came back, and it is very persistent and very aggressive. And whenever my mom goes through, Monique says it's more of a reminder of the pain due to the similar behaviors that people still show or have. That is facts. That was my biggest struggle for about 3 years. Yeah, people's behaviors will remind you of past behaviors, and then all kind of bells and whistles go off, and it puts us back into that place, and that creates a lot of fear. That you almost like you're reliving the pain. And so one of the things that my mom, when she goes through her chemo treatments, for the first probably 2 years that she was going back and forth, the nurses were just super sweet, and the doctors were very nice, and they were legitimately concerned, and they wanted to help the best that they knew how to help. But as time went on, I began to notice a change, and not a negative change. It was a change to where they would say, "Well, hey, Miss Glover, how are you today?" And they would just shake their head like, "Miss Glover, you still hanging in here, girl. We so proud of you, girl. Keep on fighting, girl." And then by the fifth year, they were just like, "Wow, hey, Miss Glover, she's a regular." Now my mama's baking cakes and all kind of stuff for the staff because she's known them so long. Because most people that go into cancer protocols, 7 years, it's very long. I think I read one study, it said 3 to 4 years is normally the max that a person will be able to survive with the amount of chemo and stuff that my mom has had. And she's on year 7 right now. And this is not a melancholy show. I'm not down or anything, so don't get your Kleenex ready. But it's something that I thought about for years, and I used to always tell my mom about letting go of the hurt that she had in a relationship with my father. But she couldn't let it go. She didn't want to let it go. It was almost, it became kind of her identity for a while. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. Sometimes who we become through a storm, through a struggle, it informs us of who we are. And that becomes part of our identity. And I think that's what happened with her. And so it really not opened my mind. It really, I found this study. And I started looking for videos on it just so I could, because it was a long study to read. So I found this one video that really breaks it down in short pieces. So I want to share that with you this morning. And I want to get your thoughts on it. And yeah, let's go do it this way. There we go. All right, let's see. Make sure we can hear.
Video. Have you ever felt remorse due to something that happened in the past or held a grudge against someone? Do you feel like you've been betrayed and can't bring yourself to forgive them? All of us have felt this at one point in our lives. Negative thoughts surround us every once in a while, but scientists are discovering that these thoughts don't only harm your mental health, but also your physical health. In order to examine the effects of negative emotions on our bodies, researchers examined both male and female patients as they analyzed their most painful memories and grudges. During the examination, they paid attention to blood pressure, heart rate, muscular tension, and sweat gland activity. Then, the patients were invited to imagine themselves forgiving the people that caused the negative emotions. The conclusion was quite surprising.
All right, so I know some of you might be moving or something, so I want to kind of stop right there and break it down. Well, not break it down. Stop right there and kind of just talk about it for a quick second. So they took a test group and they measured their blood pressure, they measured their cortisol levels, they measured their heart rate, their sweat production, and they had them think about trauma, past hurts, those things that they were having trouble forgiving. And then they played another scenario and they asked them to go through the forgiveness process in their minds. Go through what it would take for them to forgive somebody, to really feel like they're forgiving somebody of that offense caused to them.
The negative emotions increased their reaction to stress and their sweat production, while the forgiveness lowered blood pressure and relaxed muscles, including the facial ones. According to Dr. Stephen Standiford, head of surgery at the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the lack of forgiveness can have the same effects as a disease.
Boom. The lack of forgiveness can have the same effects as a disease. I'm going to say that one more time. The lack of forgiveness can have the same effects as a disease.
He insists that refusing to forgive people that wronged them makes people sick and keeps them that way. When it comes to cancer, forgiveness also has an important role in its prevention. Dr. Michael Berry, author of the book The Forgiveness Project, estimates that 61% of cancer patients have forgiveness-related problems. He even says that keeping the negative emotions, the rage and hate, creates a state of chronic anxiety, which in turn produces too much adrenaline and cortisol.
And so we all know that cortisol is that drug, is that hormone that makes us a little chunky around the midsection. Stress, right? Stress, overeating. Body can't seem to burn the fat. That's that cortisol. But adrenaline and cortisol, they keep your body from fighting things off the way it should. And so not only are you more susceptible to just the common cold, but you're also more susceptible to cancer, autoimmune diseases. I mean, there's so many things that unforgiveness creates in our bodies. So many things.
Reducing the number of cancer-fighting cells. A study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine shows that a person who forgives easily feels better both subjectively and psychologically. In other studies, forgiveness was linked to improved physical symptoms, less medication, better sleep quality, less fatigue, and less psychosomatic problems.
For anybody who's known me longer than a couple seconds, you've heard me say this at least once. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of being upset with people. I'm tired of not being happy. I want peace in my life. And the best way I found to get peace is to let everything go. Let everything go. All those things that used to keep me up late at night, wondering about this person and that person. Because guess what? You can't make a person not be who they are. You just can't. But when you close yourself off, it makes it hard for the people who actually mean you good to even see you. Unless they're just saints. Unless there's just something about you that they've never seen in anybody else, and they just got to figure out what that is. But those people are far and few between. Being able to let things go will give you a better quality of life. You will sleep better. I sleep so good now because I refuse to hold a grudge. I won't hold a grudge. If I can't deal with you, then I just won't deal with you. But I'm not going to be mad about it because you are who you are. I'm not going to be mad at my child because of I'm not going to be mad at my granddaughter because she's drooling all the time. She's a toddler. She's supposed to drool. She can't help that she's drooling. Her teeth are trying to grow. It's what she's supposed to do. Who am I to get mad at her because of that? And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but I use it just as a way to say people are who they are, and where they are in life right now is where they are in their life. You can't change them. They have to grow through whatever they're growing through, but you can't let whatever they do stick to you. If they're not for you, then they're not for you. If they bring too much drama to your life, then there's a thing called boundaries. Set that wall up, put that fence up, and say no. I don't do that. No, I don't do that. I don't even speak your language right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm getting in my car and I'm gonna go the other way. And if you ever get that situated, look me up. But if not, then you stay over there. Monique says that part. Toronto Riggins says that's me. I'm not one that holds grudges. Nah, Captain. They can have that. My peace is more important. Yeah. You ever wonder why it seems like the meanest people, like they never die? They just keep living. They just keep doing their thing. I mean, you might not see them for a while, but they'll be off in the cut still, getting their hair cut at the barbershop, still getting their hair done, still out at the local watering hole. You might see them on the golf course every now and then. He said, my favorite line, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. I got that no drama spray on deck. Health Talk says, one of the books that truly helped me through my storm in 2018 is The Untethered Soul. I haven't read that one. The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Let me write that one down before my iPad die here. Untethered Soul. Definitely gonna check that one out. Michael Singer. Toronto Regan says, I will remove myself from a negative situation real quick. My kids laugh at me. They know how I am. Yeah, that's a good share, bro. Very good share. And so just with my mom's cancer battle, we had a conversation. This was probably 2012, 2013. And she expressed to me one day. She was like, don't you just want to be mad sometimes? And why would I want to be mad, Ma? She was like, when people hurt you, don't you just want to be mad? I'm like, no, I really don't want to be mad. I don't want to be mad. And the funniest thing happened, man. A lot of I'm telling too much business right now, but anyway, it'd be all right. A lot of family, when you get around a person, especially a person that has authority in your life, and they always have a kind of a negative disposition, you tend not to want to be around them as much. And most times they're content with that. But the weirdest thing happened when my mom's cancer diagnosis came through. I told you guys that I stayed with her for 3 months initially to go through the back surgery and then all the radiation in the beginning of the chemo, just to make sure she was good. But during that process, I told y'all we were writing scriptures on her bathroom mirrors and putting little sticky notes all over the house, just trying to keep the attitude positive. But a miraculous thing happened. You're reading The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. I didn't know he had that one, huh? What I try to keep in front of my mind is that everybody's going through something that has nothing to do with us. Exactly. You know, we're all human, we're all living, and we see the stuff that we go through on a daily basis. And there's people who wish they would go through what we went through, because their lives are just that much harder. So we're definitely in a blessed position. But so with my mom, when the cancer came back, she was, of course, distraught. You know, why does this happen to me again? I beat it. Why is it back? But then around the 6th month, we started really talking about her angst with my dad, her angst with other people. And she went through this process, and I would love to say I helped her with it, but she went through it on her own, where she started to let stuff go. She started to forgive. Now, of course, my dad, it wasn't as easy as, you know, some other people, but she eventually got to the point where if we mentioned his name, he didn't change her whole attitude. And that she could see him and be cordial to him. And I noticed a correlation that the more she let go of stuff, the better she felt. When she would go to the doctor, they had to put her on a couple different chemos, but even the ones that, boy, I tell you, I'm about to cut this off. Even the ones that she went through. Oh, it's not letting me do it right now. All right, I'll do it after the show. So yeah, even the people that when she would go to the hospital and they would notice that, Miss Glover, all your labs are amazing. Your blood pressure is great. Your liver and kidney functions are great. Man, if you didn't have this cancer cell, you'd be healthy as a horse. But it wasn't like that until she started letting go of stuff. And so 7 years later, I truly believe she's still here because she learned how to really forgive. And I don't mean forgive and forget, but I mean forgive, to get past, to not hold those grudges. She's letting the pain go so her body can actually fight like it's supposed to. And I don't know how long of a journey she has. But what I do know, she has been an encourager to me. She has set an example to me. She has proven a lot of things to me. She's still my mother. She's still teaching me things. As old as I am now, she's still teaching me things. And so when I was, because you know, we're in the hospital, you read a lot of stuff just sitting there with the chemo stuff. And I read the study and I saw it. And so I started looking at videos and I did find this one. And matter of fact, let me let you finish this video out. But the video is very complete. It kind of says it all it needs to be said. So let's get back to it. Let's finish it out.
Furthermore, forgiveness can protect your heart. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiology discovered that rage and other negative emotions are toxic for your heart, while forgiveness protects it. As you can see, the list of benefits that you can get by forgiving people is very long. But if forgiveness causes such an impact on our life, why don't we forgive more often? Unfortunately, in our culture, forgiveness is seen as a sign of weakness or submission. It is important to understand that forgiveness is a process and not an event. All forgiveness is making a conscious and deliberate decision to let go of the feeling of revenge, whether the person deserves it or not. If you're still mad at someone and haven't been able to forgive them yet, think about that decision some more. If you're still having a hard time, you might need to seek out a specialist.
Boom. I like that. I like that. All forgiveness is making a conscious decision or conscious and deliberate decision to let go of the feeling of revenge. Letting go of that feeling of revenge. Letting go of the hurt. Deciding to, you know what? I'm not going to let this is not my story. I'm not going to let it, this person is their loss. I'm not letting them change me. Because that's what it really comes down to. That's what it really comes down to. Who are you going to let control your life? Who are you? And sometimes we get so caught up on the disrespect of a thing that you would do this to me. You would do this to me. I'm putting bodies on all you. The ego gets inflated so much. Be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm done with you. We get so caught up on who we think we are and the disrespect of somebody not agreeing with us or doing something grimy to us. Nah, that's all ego. We got to learn to let it go. And I think that's one of the joys of getting older. You stop caring about it as much when you're older. When you're younger, you care about it a lot more than you should. Everything matters. What she said, what he said, it all matters. If they gonna judge me, man, I go to this house today, any day. Well, maybe not any day, but some days I leave this house, man. Okay, nah, I'm telling too much now. I'm telling too much. But let me just say, I know older people who leave the house with mismatched shoes on purpose. I couldn't find the other one, so I need to go into the store, so I put these shoes on. You got something to say? You gonna buy me some more? Then move out my way. Let me get what I'm getting. When you get older people, don't know, they realize certain things, it really ain't even that important like it used to be. And there's a freedom in that. It's a peace to that. All the other stuff is ego. We lose relationships. We lose friendships. We lose opportunities because of our egos. Because we were hurt. So who hurt you? Who hurt you, boo? And we only ask that question to people who are really just leaking all over the place. They've been gashed and they're just walking around leaking. Or another term I like, they bleeding. They just bleeding over everybody. And everybody can see it but them. And they see it too. But they don't know what to do. But this is what you do. Let it go. Make an intentional decision to let it go. Now, granted, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up in the morning and all is going to be forgiven. Because forgiveness is more for you than the other person, just to be 100 with you. Forgiveness is more for you than the other person. Because that person is going to get some kind of, they're going to find a way to absolve themselves at some point. The forgiveness is for you. You're not letting that situation control you and have power over you. And sometimes you got to learn to forgive yourself. Because sometimes we are the offenders and we hurt people. We change people's lives. We do things that set somebody on a bad path. And we carry that guilt sometimes. Even though we didn't do none of the actions. But I told you about this one girl I used to had this huge crush on back in the day. But as younger girls do, they tend to like guys that got a little more resources. We were all like middle school, early high school, and she liked the guy who wasn't in school, and he probably should have been in jail, but he wasn't. But he put her on a bad path. And he's no longer, amongst the living anymore. But one of the last conversations I had with him, he talked about how he regretted it. And he carried that guilt that he changed her life, not just her life, other people's lives with stuff that he was doing. Ooh, I like that, Mo. Yo. She said, let your revenge be the forgiveness. Yo, I like that. That's a bar. Let your revenge be the forgiveness. Oh man, it was a movie. What movie? It was a crazy movie too, but I cannot think of it. It was a crazy movie. This guy, I guess he was a guy, he had did some wild stuff, and the guy walked up to him, and he grabs him, you know what happens next. He's like, no, 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 no. He leans down, he whispers in his ear, I forgive you. And he just falls out, oh, I don't want to be forgiven. I forget what movie that was. But yo, I like that, Mo. I love peace so much that I forgive you. Have a great day. I refuse to let my pride destroy my life. If you are rude with it, I ignore you. Bars. Toronto Riggins. An open wound, walking, leaking everywhere. Exactly. She said, and pray for you. No, Mo, maybe you were wholesome. Maybe you were the good church girl. You know what? I might have to revisit that whole conversation. That's good stuff. Well, people do it all the time. They walk around and they just bleeding and leaking on people that didn't hurt them because they can't get past one of their past hurts. They just can't. So emotional healing. Forgiveness can contribute to emotional healing by releasing feelings of anger, resentment, bitterness. Oh, no, she wasn't. I like it. See, Toronto, you got to let those negative feelings go. You can't let her past be a deterrent on you. Get that bitterness out your heart, Toronto Riggins. I got you back, Mo. I got you. You can drop some bars. I got to ride with you right now. For the emotional space, man, when we can heal emotionally, it does something for our spirit. It just uplifts us in ways that it's really hard to quantify. But if you could go by these studies and this video I just showed you, it's not hard to quantify. If you strap people down with blood pressure cuffs, heart rate monitors, and you checking their levels, you can see what forgiveness does versus what anger does. You can visually see it on the screen. And so imagine years of resentment, years of bitterness, years of holding grudges. That your body is a toxic cocktail of stuff waiting on one thing to set it all off. And now you have some autoimmune disease, or you have some advanced form of cancer or some rare growth or something that pops up because you harbor so much resentment and bitterness. Your body is toxic. And then once you add that toxic with the chemical levels, then you add all the mucus in our bodies. Oh man, it is not a good mix. But also when you forgive people, man, your stress level go down. Because now you're not always on guard thinking about who coming to get you or who's out to get you or being judged. It's just like, bro, I'm just living. I'm living. Improve relationships. We can go into a relationship with other people easier because we ain't carrying all this baggage, all this Louis Vuitton bitterness, this Balenciaga resentment, not carrying that weight on our shoulders. It enhances our mental health. You feel lighter when you walk around. You can feel the breeze, the wind on your skin. You can hear the birds chirping because you're not mentally congested or constipated, whichever's cuter. Forgiveness is for you. And for them too, but it's mostly for you. To keep yourself clean of all of that BS that don't need to be there. But also the physical health benefits of it. When you ain't releasing all that cortisol into your system, all that adrenaline in your system, it protects your heart. It makes your heart not beat all crazy. You know, these hearts, we all got an expiration date. We all got a usage. You know, you can only do a thing so many times before. Y'all know, y'all let us know, them check engines like come on them knees when you hit a certain age. You know, when you were 19, 20, them knees was gold. Hit about 30, them knees start saying, wait a minute, hold on, slow down. Let's get some WD-40. Let's oil this joker real quick. By the time you're 45, them knees is shot. But that's life. You know, you only get so many times. We're machines. After a while, arthritis starts setting in. You only get, it's why you get a prime. Men and women, boys and girls, we all have our prime. And after our prime, stuff starts to wear out. But exercise, meditation, it keeps it going. Keeps the joints lubricated, keep it working in proper form. Monique said, trying to get through these 40s with this toddler. He definitely requires all the energy. I don't have time to hold grudges. Exactly. You do not have time to hold grudges. No. Oh, man. It's one more video I want to show you. And this is one of my favorite clips. When I first saw it, yeah, my baby, she got Agnes and Ethel over there. The joker be talking to me sometimes. Pop, 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 pop. Snap, crackle, pop. Matter of fact, you can put them on the Rice Krispie box, baby. Oh, snap, crackle, pop, Bobby's knees. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Y'all get off my baby. Toronto Regan says, unforgiveness is like molded cheese. If you leave cheese out long enough, mold grows on it. It's just like unforgiveness. The longer you hold on to it, it becomes like cancer and harden the heart. Facts. That wasn't me. Baby, don't come back in here. I got rid of him, boo. Disrespect. But babe, woosah. Blow it out. Don't let the anger sit there, babe. Don't let it sit there. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Don't let it fester. Yes, I respect my elders. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give both of them a big hug and kiss later. I respect my elders. All right, I want to share one final video with you before we get up out of here today. And this one that I saw a while ago, and it's from Mike Tyson. Mr. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. So let's see, how do I do that? Boom, boom. There we go.
You do me wrong,
No,
I cut ties like
the devil
real
wins.
quick.
The devil wins.
So you saying the devil wins because someone did me wrong and I cut ties with that person, act like I never met that person.
Yeah, because,
So I gotta be the bigger person.
because he changed you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So he's your master because he controls your emotions. He's not your enemy, he's your master. Because you're not who you used to be now. He stole that away from you. When
You do me wrong,
No,
I cut ties like
the devil
real
wins.
quick.
The devil wins.
So you saying the devil wins because someone did me wrong and I cut ties with that person, act like I never met that person.
Yeah, because,
So I gotta be the bigger person.
because he changed you.
Oh, okay.
So he's your master because he controls your emotions. He's not your enemy, he's your master. Because you're not who you used to be now. He stole that away from you. When
You do me wrong,
No,
I cut.
Yeah, what y'all think about that? How many times have we said, somebody do me wrong, I cut them off, man. That cutoff game is quick. Man, I act like they don't exist. And what Mike Tyson just said right there was a bar. He said, when you do that, the devil wins. My man was like, so wait. The devil win because I don't let nobody do me like that. He was like, no. He said, because you let what they did change you. You stopped being who you were supposed to be. You stopped going on the path that you were supposed to go on. In that case, if the devil's job was to stop you, he just won. Because he changed you. And so now, you got this new backpack on, and now I don't go over here no more. I don't deal with these people no more, or this type of person, or this situation no more. Because I got hurt one time over there, or 2 times over there, or 5 times over there. I'm no longer gonna do what I thought I was supposed to be doing. Maybe it ain't for me to do no more because I'm tired of being hurt. But you give them your power, it does change you. Yeah. So that's why forgiveness is so important. That's why forgiveness is more for you than for the other person. You know, their absolution is a side effect to yours. And I think about it this way. If you are a corrections officer and you are overseeing prisoners, the only way you can oversee prisoners is to be in prison with them. That is the only way. So don't lock yourself up trying to hold somebody else hostage or make them, every time they see you, want to make them feel what they did to you. No, don't do that. Because, I mean, you got to stay in that place. That means you got to stay in a place of constant hurt. And you know what? They're not going to stay there forever. At some point, they're going to be like, you know what? It's been 10 years and you still mad about this? Bruh, let that go. I passed that joke 7 years ago, and it's 10 years and you still here? You still mad at that thing? You just stunned at your own growth over nothing. We were children when that happened. I was a different person then, and so were you. But no, you still the same person. Because you let that change you, and you refuse to let it go. Now, you can't grow. That's it. That's what Yo says. It could change you for the good and the bad. And that's what forgiveness gives you an opportunity to do. Forgiveness lets you Cause yeah, you gonna experience that pain. You're gonna feel it, but feel it. Feel it, be done with it, forgive it, and keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Don't get stuck in one place. And that's what unforgiveness is. It's stuck. It's stuckness. Stuckness. Is that a word? Stuckness? Yep, it is stuckness. Oh, man. Well, I got to end it just a few minutes earlier today. I got to get down the highway, man. And so you probably figured this out already, but there's probably not going to be a show tomorrow because I got a dentist appointment scheduled for 8:30. Is it 8:30? 8:30 in the morning, and the office that I'm going to is probably, no, it's not 8:30, it's 8 o'clock. I'm not counting. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. And the clinic I'm going to is probably 35, 40 minutes from the house. So I'm not going to have time to really even do much of a show tomorrow. So plus, if I feel any worse than I do right now, y'all won't like me when I'm angry. Y'all might see the Hulk come out on air. I might start slaying stuff and slandering stuff and dropping too many expletives. Beep, 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 beep. The pain. But thank God for Tylenol. I've had my first 1,000 milligrams already. I'm about to take another 1,000 here. And I'll probably take 500 first, and then I'll take another 500 maybe 10 minutes after that. Just to get through this day. I got a long day. I got a live production and some other stuff after that too. So, but anyway, we do what we must. We do what we must do. But we do it in the best spirit we can do it in. And how do we do that? We do it through forgiveness. Don't let who we thought we were get offended and keep us hostage. It's time to let go. It's time to become who we are truly supposed to be. And we can only do that with a free heart, a free spirit. Untethered. Like I came back to that, right? Untethered. You can walk in your fullness. You're more attractive that way. More opportunities will find you. And you'll be at peace. And that's what we all looking for anyway, is peace. So on that note, I'm going to say peace out. Y'all have a great day, as Health Talk will say, no matter what. Y'all live the best life you can today. It's Monday. Get it started on the right foot. Be glad to see, because so many people would trade places with you if they could. So enjoy this day. It's Monday, yes, but take advantage of it. It's Monday. Be excited about it. Because one day you won't get another Monday. One day you'll experience your last Monday, whether you realize it or not. And so tomorrow's not promised. So enjoy today, no matter what day it is. And on that note, I'm out. You guys be blessed. I will talk to you later. And see you Wednesday. Peace.